mine,
Okay.
and somebody else can go over theirs too. So with the polarizing filters, I was thinking like a knob in the center, not to scale. And then 2 larger circles that cover each cover half the window and are connected to that. And then you would rotate that, and it would rotate both of the polarizing filters, and that would block out all of the light. And then all the portions that aren't covered by the spheres, we could either do another wheel, or we could just have these at 90-degree offset so they're already fully blacked out. So the only light that would come in are through those.
Would that cause you to adjust it like all day long?
No, you would only, you could leave it open like,
During the day?
or you could put it at 45% so it would let in half the light, or
Okay.
you wouldn't have to change it all the time, but if you wanted to change it anytime, you
Okay.
could rotate that.
Can I ask a question? How many moving parts are we talking about with this?
Minimum 3.
That's it?
The one that turns the 2 wheels.
That's it? Okay.
It's like a...
And there's no weight associated with it because it's not trying to lift anything, it's just trying to rotate.
And
So
can
you-
these fully black out?
Yes, fully black out.
What are they made out of? The polarizing.
2 polarizing filters.
Okay, what's doing the filtering? Like, what is there a film of some sort?
Yes, it's
Okay.
like a thin sheet.
Okay.
It's a very thin sheet, so we would have to attach that to like a wheel or something.
Like on smaller airplanes, you can like rotate to like block the light on the windows.
The only ones I've seen are like lift and raise plastic, crappy plastic, but it would be similar to that.
So the wheel is going to be glass, or what is it? Because it had to be
It could be
transparent.
plastic, it could be glass, I would, like plexiglass, something.
Okay.
Yeah, can we have the same concept and have multiple, filters like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just for like the prototype,
Okay.
as few pieces as possible. But
Yeah.
for like the real thing, yeah, you could have multiple wheels covering as much of it, or different shapes even.
So you're saying typical blinds on the, like where you put the diagonal?
That would just be fully blocked out. That's
Okay.
just black.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Like that would be black all the time,
So where you're getting the light?
just for the
is-
prototype.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
So it would be like 2 polarizing filters, but it would be already rotated fully.
Wait, is there another filter right there? Is that what you're saying? That where that blue shade is?
It would be a static filter, basically,
So meaning it's not ever going to change.
No.
Okay.
just for the prototype.
Okay.
I think
I'm just trying to visualize it.
I think trying to fill in those gaps with a prototype would be the complicated part.
Okay, me being a girl and thinking about like a home,
Yes.
and people kind of shop for how they look, would they be attractive looking?
I was thinking the same.
Like,
So my thought on the attractiveness thing is, whenever I think of blinds, there's basically like 3 different levels. There's like consumer grade, where the white plastic blinds is good enough for me. There's like mid grade, where it's like bamboo or wood, and then there's like Carterville housewife, expensive house grade.
So
And
So we could fill these with different materials.
would this be a niche product?
I don't think so.
More like for like a more technical type customer?
like a
All you have,
modernized.
I mean, technical, all you have to do is rotate it, so.
just so I'm clear on this, so the blinds are the blinds, but the polarizing filter is completely different.
No, this is
Okay.
the blind.
Okay.
Just the polarizing filter, that's it. That is the whole system, right there.
What does it look like behind it? Like if you're walking down the street, is it just a black window?
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's closed, or if everything's closed out, it's just a black window.
But if it's open, people can see it, like typical blinds.
Yeah.
Unless it's set to like 50%.
Then it would be
Then it's
like grayed out.
translucent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So there's no retracting of this, you're just angling the polarity?
And that's the other thing I thought of, like, if we wanted to like fold this up,
Yeah.
like have a hinge.
Okay.
Like flip it.
Okay.
But again, the more moving parts, the more complicated the prototype is.
So
gonna be.
like,
And the more chances of failure on the parts too.
Yes.
So I'm thinking of like, I don't know if you guys remember being little kids and having the Disney like video wheel, where like you put the binoculars up to your
Uh-huh.
eye and you press it and the wheel spins.
Yes.
And it shows you an image of Mickey Mouse. Sort of what this is, except it's meant
either
to
light
block
in or
out.
light out.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. All right.
Did you want to talk some more about your idea?
Yeah, I know you all had questions, so I'll step up to it and see if I can explain it.
Yeah, my first question is another like house question. If you were to take off the blinds, what would you do with them? Just set them on the ground? Like, I'm someone who wants a really neat, like, good looking, you know what I'm saying? That's just
Okay,
me.
yeah, well, so they're telescopic, so it's way more, or equally as compact as any blind system that you've got now. So you mean take off as in, like, you want them completely gone?
Like, you know you said it's magnetized, so you pick it up and you put it on there?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm saying, like, when I don't want them there, like, they're just going to sit on the ground?
Well, what do you do
You're
with your
saying
blinds
you could
now?
fold it up, like if you want.
Well, they're always hanging, I guess.
Well, what would you do in the situation if you didn't want them there?
They're on the way. Wait, I'm just confused.
Okay, well, I guess I'm just trying to get it. So are you saying it's
I'm just...
like when are they ever up, you mean, or?
They don't ever necessarily go up, they just come off and go on, right?
I could visualize a situation where they could go up, just depending on however you wanted to make this internal mechanism,
Uh-huh.
where it would work kind of similar to how. So this is a separate thing
Yeah.
than the window,
Uh-huh.
obviously. So whatever's going on in this magnetic apparatus that's magnetic on the backside, you could conceivably keep the string situation that you've got on a normal blind, and it can work that way, or you could be completely inventive with it, where these slats are ingrained into so whatever housing this is, they're kind of ingrained in that, and they could function either independently or as a group with a lever. Or
So,
something.
yeah, what if you had a system to where, instead of taking them off, like, just pulling them up or something? Like, typical, I don't know.
So I guess, so they're telescopic this way, and I guess what you're
So
saying is you need them to be telescopic this way as well.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
if they're telescopic, like, does it... I'm kind of confused.
So they slide into one another. So think of like
Okay,
an
that-
umbrella.
Yeah, I like that, okay. That makes more sense. And it is easier to store.
Yeah, the idea is ease.
Yeah.
I mean, this is completely utilitarian. It's not meant for... I mean, I guess if you could conceivably make it become the new cool thing, because you won't have, you know, the top part that you have to drill the holes for in the top of your windowsill. So this is pretty clean looking. Like, it would fit a window perfectly if you wanted it to. And provided that you have enough space in between the windowsill.
And you could even, like, style the outsides if you wanted.
Yeah, that would be another cool thing is, like, let's say it's closed and you can have it just look like something in either direction.
Or even just have the outsides a color that, like, match.
Right, yeah, something like that. Maybe wood grain.
Can I quickly add something because this popped in
Yeah.
my head. Okay, so you're talking about magnets. On YouTube, the major problem with blinds has been like attachment of the blinds. What if we made a lightweight blind? This is our blind, but we attached it with magnets. Like you're talking reverse polarity magnets. It'd be simple. It'd be easy to attach, easy to remove.
So what are the magnets doing? Are they part of the blinds?
No, it's just an attachment.
Okay.
You know, and we redesign, make a lightweight blind.
So you know they make like paperweight looking accordion kind of style blinds.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
that's
talking
what
about?
those.
Yeah, I think you also posted pictures of them on our document. So that's the lightest weight that I can think of that blinds that I've ever seen. I've also had like really light wooden blinds before.
Yeah.
They looked pretty cool, but you know I didn't really like them for too long
I'm
because
trying.
they folded really weird.
And mine would be literally the weight of like a sheet of plexiglass.
Right.
Yeah.
So the magnets that you're talking about. So are you saying that the system, like, are you talking about like a system?
Yeah,
Some
it's just
sort of-
like a magnetic system to attach it because people hate like attaching.
hate screwing stuff into the
Yeah,
walls.
I mean,
Yeah,
it could
and
be.
Can I go into my corkscrew?
Yes,
Yeah, go ahead. Add to it.
So on the edge of the window, so where it pulls in and out, if you have like a corkscrew with a plate and then a wheel that you would turn, as you turn it, it would go and press into the wall, tightening it. So you could screw it to tighten it, unscrew it to just take it out.
Okay.
So it's not permanent. It's
So you're talking about your plexiglass?
well, no, the corkscrew. I had a where is it? somewhere.
I remember you talking about the cord stretch. I can't remember the exact.
Yeah, I can't visualize where the corkscrew is like. Where is it mounted to on the blinds?
There, corkscrew locking mechanism. There, right there. So it's just, I'm just talking about that idea separately.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So if you did it on your idea, you would have like 4 of them that would press into the wall.
Be
I
a
guess
simple,
but-
simple mount there.
Yeah.
Would magnets not be enough?
It would be an either or. in
Yeah,
this
yeah.
case.
Okay.
I just think it would be a simple corkscrew, tighten, lock, forget about it.
Yeah. And you can make them interchangeable. They could fit any blind system.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Anybody else want to add anything?
Is there any other ideas that people had questions about or topics?
I guess those ones that we talked about, like here's a blind, and making no light come in.
Yeah. So,
Nathan.
Nathan, yeah, you and I sort of had the same idea with the double blinds.
So my question is like, don't typical blinds like overlap, and that's why? So would you make them to where they don't overlap?
So I think they overlap, but not effectively most of the time.
There is
Like,
a system, I did see it in the store, where it will like be like this, where they will,
so they're kind of like half moon kind of things.
so they'll like, there's one in the front and one in the back, so they open, and then they lock.
Got you. I guess that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like that exists. What were you thinking of, Nathan?
So what I was thinking of, like if you have like the normal, 1 or 2 inch blinds,
Mm-hmm.
you kind of like, those are you got your front original one, and so then in the back behind it, you kind of offset it. So if it's your 2 inch blinds, drop it down like 1 inch in the back, and so you've got something covering up that gap. So
Okay.
it's going to reduce. You might get a little light in, but because you have it offset, you've got that extra blind filling in those gaps. You should be able to block out a good portion of the light.
Okay.
So it's essentially just 2 sets of blinds, one behind the other.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what all 3 of us are really talking about to some extent, at least. I feel like I know what you're talking about, but I can't visualize it. I know it exists already because I've
Or you can
seen.
still prove it, I just was throwing it out there.
Yeah, I mean, we clearly are circling around some idea of minimizing the gaps or making the gaps not leak light in.
Take them.
Yeah. So,
It's basically just going to be like a locking puzzle piece.
Yeah, I'm starting to think of it as like suction, like I mean not actually, but
like suction cups or.
I don't know. I'm just whatever. Doesn't matter.
So another idea that I had that I sort of threw away to go with this one, but like if the tips of the blinds were just magnetic, they would snap close, presumably. Once they're close enough, they would just snap,
Okay.
and then that might alleviate some of the gaps, but it might not. I don't know.
But you're talking about kind of like a puzzle piece kind of locking.
Well,
Which idea?
The line locking in.
You talking about? I'm talking like it would take somebody with some serious math skills, but they would have to calculate it where they would just like flush lock,
Would you just have a...
like a perfect lock.
Yeah. From the side view, it would look like this.
It would look like brick wall together. It would take some very.
I mean, it would be like that, and it just...
You
Fits
can,
in,
you
like
can
a
do
puzzle
it that
piece.
way, or you. Could,
And that's from the side.
My basic idea was just like getting these pieces where they're like perfect.
But yeah, like a puzzle piece, like
same
that.
idea.
But
same
like,
idea.
if the light's going like that, you have 2 pieces come together, it's like a puzzle piece, it's
Yeah.
close.
Same thing.
They do already make blinds that are like that, but they're like you were talking about, like soft. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That
Like accordion style. Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
You were talking about like triangle blinds, and it made me think.
It was just
All right,
really
so no.
random.
So this is completely possible.